It's Daddy.
Hey guys, welcome back to another project. This one is something a little bit different than what we're used to. This one is not really a model, but it is a model. As you know, this show, The Walking Dead, has kind of taken the world by storm. It's a pretty amazing show if you haven't watched it. I've been along for the ride since the beginning. I've read the graphic novels, still keeping up to them to date now. Watched the shows and anything associated with it. Even got a couple of the novels that I've been reading also. Just the whole thing fascinates me. It's really, really cool. But anyway, this kit is something that's come out by a gentleman named Todd McFarlane and his company. If you don't know who Todd McFarlane is a comic book writer. It was really where he started. Used to do Spider-Man, created a character called Spawn. Very, very renowned in the comic book world. He is one of the big names. I think he also he purchased Maguire's groundbreaking home run ball back in the day. Also paid something like $1 million for it. He is, I believe, also part owner of the Edmonton Oilers hockey franchise. So he's got some money to spend, and he's put it to good use in this company that he has called McFarlane Toys. They've been around for a long time, and they've been making all kinds of things from sport figures to movie scenes. I've got a bunch of his stuff, mostly when it comes to hockey and football players. Actually, just about all sports, really. Especially when it comes to teams of mine that I follow. Then he also has the movie stuff. I've got like King Kong, Jaws. They are some really cool kits, or should I say figures, is what they really are. And then he's gotten himself into this, and he's making these construction sets. Okay, this one here depicts a scene from the show. If you've seen it, you'd recognize it. If you haven't, there is a character in the show called the Governor, and what he was he was a really, 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 really bad guy. And in this man cave he had, this post-apocalyptic man cave, he had an aquarium set up where he had these heads of victims of his. And he also had his daughter. This is his daughter Penny. I guess he kind of snapped when she passed, and he couldn't deal with putting her down like you do everyone else when they die in the zombie apocalypse. So he kept her around in his man cave with his aquarium. And that's what this depicts. Now this is really interesting if you haven't seen these before. This really is it's like a Lego set. It's not Legos, but it is. And when you see this, you'll understand what I'm saying. And that's what really kind of threw me off at the beginning of this, that I really wasn't interested in this. But Chris, the HBI guy, has shown a couple of the reviews of these different kits, and they are truly amazing. So I thought I'd give it a go, and I started with this one. It's a fairly inexpensive kit. It has a low part count of about 292 parts. So if you want a review of the parts, I'd say go to his site. I'll put the link to his right down there. He just did a review yesterday. You can look at it, but what I'm going to do is just going to get going and build this up and see what we can do with it, alright? So hang on, we'll be right back. So as you can see here, the kit comes in 11 bags, 192 parts spewed over 11 bags of stuff. Actually 12 if you count this one. This was in a bag also. But here's what I'm talking about, how you can see that it looks like Lego, except instead of having solid tops that say Lego embossed on every single nipple, they're not. But they look like Legos. Okay, even the smaller pieces in here, if you can see them in the bags here, they look like Legos, a little two nip blocks. Okay, So we're going to go through here and we're going to put them together, and you're going to be amazed at how this transforms into a non-Lego looking kit. Hang on. So here we got our first bit completed. 16 little pieces made this neat little chair. Little recliner. It's worn out. It's been well used. It's somebody's favorite chair. And as you can tell, once it's together, this looks nothing like a Lego or Amigo block. Nothing at all. So that is really kind of cool. So let's continue on with our build. Next up, we're going to work on the governor. The governor comes in a bunch of different pieces. For a little figure, he's got his legs in one part, you've got his left and his right arm, you've got his torso, and you've got his head. Be right back. And there's our governor. The pieces fit pretty tight. You really don't need to glue these if you don't want to, but if you wanted to for extra security, you could. But he's pretty decent. Okay. At first I thought, they didn't do a good job painting his face, and there really isn't a lot of paint on the face. I'll try and make it so you can see. But really, if you look at the videos and everything, the features are very pale. So it's good to see they didn't overdo it. Like I said, if you want to, you can glue it. You can paint him. You can probably even add some extra weathering to this. Maybe tone down the chair a little bit if you want, some flat colors. It's up to you. But let's see where we go next. Next parts are the fish tanks. Now these are the cool parts in this kit. This is what makes this one a little bit unique. And that is, the kit comes with some batteries. You put the batteries into these, 2 each, and they glow. You can see here, here, and here. There's lighter areas. That's the light bulbs that come up. And what these are going to do is they're going to shine up through the aquariums and give it this nice eerily glow. It's pretty cool. Be right back. Okay, we got the lights, the batteries put in the lighting fixtures, and now we just boop. How you like them? Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Now what we're going to do is we're going to set these up, and we're going to start putting the aquarium tanks on top of it. Hang on. Okay, so in order to get the tanks together, here's what we got. We got to take the tanks themselves. Nice little aquarium tanks, right? Look pretty good, pretty good. They all come with lids. Okay. Alright, we don't want our heads escaping. And then we have these. Come in for this so you can see what the heads look like. Focus. Come on. Focus. Come on, you could do it. You're almost there. Sorry about that. There we go. So there. So you got your heads. They look kind of like that. So you got 2. You got 3. Alright. And you got different ones here. They're in different states of decay. Okay. How long they've been in the tank. And then one of these, if you remember, I think it was this one right here. This one's not so decayed. This was I believe this is the chopper pilot, and earlier on in the episode he ended up as the top one. So let's see if we can't get these together. Be right back. Okay, and here's our tanks. Problem though, not a big one, a little bit of problem is that it was all assembled the way it's supposed to be, but this one here is missing the edge. I don't have enough edge pieces. So I'm just going to take a marker or something and make a solid edge on that to complete it and make it look correct. You can see it. Okay? Alright, so our ancillary stuff is all done. We got the tanks with the heads inside. We've got the governor in his chair. We've got his daughter over here. She had a bottom, torso, 2 arms, and a head in a bag. So that's 5 parts for her. We had the lamp, and then we got these containers right here. I'm not sure what they are. The one thing that's missing is if you had watched the show, there was a container that he had. It had batteries hooked up to it to provide electricity. It would have been kind of cool if they had one of those instead of one of these. But now what we're going to do is we're going to start working on the floor, which is this here, and we're going to start laying down all the wood and the walls, and we're going to make the governor's man cave. So we'll be right back. So here we are after about an hour and a half of work, and we got our governor's room all completed. The governor's post-apocalyptic man cave is complete. I gotta tell you, this came out pretty damn cool. I mean, if you look at this, alright, you look at the floorboards, you got the different tones in the floorboards, they look all worn out and everything. You've got the sludge bucket for feeding Penny. But you can't tell, except for when you look at the top of the tanks, that this is a Lego Mego type kit. Otherwise, it goes together great. Now, what I did here is I also, hang on, I added windshield washer fluid to the tanks. Okay, so now it looks a little bit better, and it gives it a more eerie look. Turn off the light for a second, see if you can. Yeah, yeah, that's pretty freaking cool. That's really cool. Now, for sake of time, the only thing I didn't do, the two things I wanted to do, I didn't do yet, is really remove everything from inside of the base here and spray the walls and the floor with a dull coat. And then also I want to go to Hobby Lobby or whatever craft jewelry stores you have in your area, and I want to get a chain because I'd like to chain Penny up with a chain that goes from here back through the cage just like in the show, and then it's gonna be good. But other than that, right out of the box, this is really cool. So you could take this, you can set it up anywhere, and this is going to be a real attention grabber. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. This is cool. So this kit retails for about 30 bucks. At least that's what I got it. It's new in the stores still. I mean, it's been out for a little while, but it's still in stores, what I mean. So you can go to certain stores, and if you're lucky with your timing, you can probably get them on the clearance aisle, stuff like that. You can get them cheaper. But I'll tell you what, once these things are out of the stores, their prices are going to skyrocket. They really are. So part of me actually wants to go back and get another one just to put it on the shelf for now. Put it away for when time comes to resell them and these things go skyrocketing. But anyway, that's the kit. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you'll consider getting more of these yourself. Until next time, be strong.